I love this neighborhood with all my heart.
When I think of the Mission, I think of beauty, of the vitality, of the colorfulness.
See people drinking on the sidewalk. There's these guys always asking for spur change. He's got his rock, his crack, he's smoking it there. And I walk by with my kids.
I see families, I see sunshine, I see beautiful architecture.
The substance abuse and drug abuse basically leads to a dirty alley or a dirty street, a dirty block.
Various cultures and religions and everyone brings something to share.
By the PG&E building, there's always garbage there, horrible garbage. It stinks.
You see lots of art, you see incredible venues that are very creative.
If they're not drawing graffiti on the walls, then they're using acid or etching on the glass walls of people's businesses or the windows.
The working class and immigrant character of the Mission, the small mom and pop shops, and the fact that you can walk down 24th Street and feel like you're in Latin America.
Around 16th and Mission, that's been a major drug dealing center known as no man's land, where there's nobody who owns that turf. Anybody can come and deal those drugs.
I really like the community spirit here and the diversity and the fact that I was accepted as a gay man.
It's also been a parolee dumping ground where we spend incredible sums keeping these people locked up, and then we release them with no supervision.
This neighborhood has a history of fighting back, fighting for social justice.
Once a year, at the end of May, the last hurrah of spring, we have this incredible festival, the biggest ethnic event on the West Coast called Carnaval San Francisco. And it brings together the biggest Brazilian parade outside of Brazil, the biggest Bolivian parade, largest Caribbean festival on the West Coast. All the ethnic arts community is at its finest that day.
Welcome to San Francisco's District 9, a land of great beauty, conflicts, and contradictions. A place of street festivals, drive-by shootings, political activism, great restaurants, and dingy dives. Where yuppies, immigrants, drunks, artists, burners, gangbangers, old-timers, punks, junkies, and extended families live in close proximity and struggle for affordable housing and a place to park. This is the district that includes much of the Mission, Bernal Heights, St. Mary's Park, and part of the Portola neighborhood. Today's show will focus on the Mission and Bernal Heights. Let's start with a look at the needs of the district's young people and the efforts to keep kids out of trouble.
Needs of youth are incredibly complex because there are so many pressures as the youth in our community are growing up. Part of those pressures come from their parents. If their parents have to work 2 jobs and aren't home when the kids come home from school, there's not that role modeling that happens in the home. After school, during the summertime, oftentimes the youth in our communities, they don't necessarily want to go home. A lot of times they're in a neutral space, and so they like to stay there. And what I mean by neutral is that there are gangs, there are boundary lines, and crossing those boundary lines can be dangerous. Like the neighborhood center actually is kind of known as a neutral location where youth can be safe, they can be kids. That's an important thing, is for youth actually to be able to be kids and then have opportunities then in a safe place to be able to have employment opportunity, where they have role models, good nutrition also.
When kids are 12, 13, they're not thinking about going and doing some damage to people, but rather they want to play.
As far as open space and parks in the city and county of San Francisco, the Mission has only 0.33% of open space and parks. Where do the kids go to play?
The needs for open space and parks has been greatly accelerated, and I'm able to work with park activists who live in Bernal, who live in the Mission, to coordinate all that. So we have Potrero del Sol, which was somewhat underused, and we did a partnership with Buena Vista School so that the gate is open there, and we now have a skateboard park there. Also, Garfield Park has a swimming pool, and we want to bring that up to par because that's a big need for families in soccer. And we got some synthetic ground cover that people really enjoy, and the soccer games are great to see if you want to see total community involvement. The big deal is recreation for our kids, especially slightly older kids, and because a lot of times they'll hang out on the street corners, they don't mean anything bad, but they have nothing to do. And so we're trying to increase the number of recreation centers here. We want to work with the school district more on programs, particularly after school programs involving the community. I think we've done a lot, but we still have a lot more to do.
Our philosophy is that is that it's so much easier to work with youth before they get involved in gangs. So what we do is we have programming in the schools, try to get youth into positive experiences, into recreation programs, provide them with job opportunities, and we also have case management. We want to make sure that youth have somebody that they can talk to about what issues are affecting them, and then also bring the youth together and create what we call leadership groups, where the youth can actually talk with each other about the issues that are affecting them and then do something about those issues. A lot of the youth that come to us in our after-school programs are gang involved, and it's really our job to make sure that they're in a neutral space where they can let that go and get involved in positive program and make sure that they're understanding the choices that they make in a supportive environment.
We're providing a sense of home, a sense of community that oftentimes, which is why many of the youth decide to join gangs.
There are some programs around, but Pedro's absolutely right. There's not enough places and/or programs. This is one of the more heavy populations of children in the city, in a city that's losing a lot of children. So yeah, we need some more opportunities for the kids.
We do have some good programs here that go through a cycle of being defunded periodically, and but the outreach programs have been proven to be successful. It mainly has to do with taking prior gang members who can relate to the issues that these young people are dealing with, and try to push them on the right path.
If television news is your only source of information about District 9, you might think that the streets are filled with thugs and drug addicts, and that drive-by shootings are a daily occurrence. Fortunately, that's not the case. Let's talk with the residents to see what is really happening on the streets and learn about local efforts to fight crime and violence.
The entrenched problem of the drug abusers and the people who sell drugs to them is as famous as anything in the Mission District. It's also been a parolee dumping ground where we spend incredible sums keeping these people locked up, and then we release them with no supervision, and they only go to certain areas, and Mission and 16th is one of them.
16th and Mission particularly comes to mind as an area that's been a trouble spot, a challenging area. But we were able, in working with Supervisor Daly, who's actually the supervisor for that district, we were able to get a resource center there for the homeless. We got Marshall School on board in terms of parent participation. We're master leasing a lot of those SROs, the hotels, so that they're a one-stop, that people, they're actually housing for people and getting treatment. And again, we're trying to work with what's called 28 Clean to keep that area clean. We work with the BART officials to make that station more open, more safe, and made sure that the vendors were protected there, because that's part of the flavor of that area, and we didn't want it to become all chains, etc.
If you call the police, you call this number, and then they tell you that you're going to be transferred to another number, and then you spend at least 20 minutes to report something, just to tell them, can you just come by and tell these people to move on.
We know about the crimes, we know where they generally happen, the police know where they generally happen, but it's up to the authorities to prosecute. They have a tendency to, they might book them, but then they release them. They book them, then they release them. They book them, then they release them, and they don't prosecute. So they keep happening over and over again.
This merry-go-round with the service providers where the police say, well, we can arrest them, but they'll be out sooner than we complete our paperwork. And the DA will say, well, I only have so many resources to prosecute so many crimes, and we have to prioritize. And the sheriff will say, the jail's all full, and we have to release these people anyway, so what's the point? And this morning we heard the police say that it's the judges who are being too lenient.
One of the solutions or a way to approach this would be to hold these judges accountable and tell them, if you don't do your job, you're not going to get reelected. And then we can do that. We can also come up with a roster of volunteers who can, when they know when a criminal who was caught in the Mission is to appear in court, sort of come up with the list of somebody who sit there and say, I'm from the Mission and I'm here to make sure that this judge is actually not gonna release this guy in my neighborhood again, and put him in jail, or to be creative and do something else.
They used to have a work camp in San Mateo County.